scoring 15 runs to take the first 2 games versus the Yankees. Today, reigning Rookie of the Year Jeremy Hellickson makes his season's debut as Tampa Bay looks to sweep New York. Catch all the action on Sun Sports. Welcome to the opening week of baseball presented by Burger King. This afternoon, the Rays conclude an abbreviated opening series, a 3-game stand as they play host to the New York Yankees. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an afternoon of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson. I'm Dwayne Stats. So good to have you looking in. Well, the Rays have had an exciting start. They've done it on the strength of offense. 7 runs opening day, 8 runs last night. You know, last year they were last in the American League East in runs scored. They pinned their hopes on 2 acquisitions over the winter. Carlos Pena is back. Luke Scott has been added to the lineup, and so far the early returns are very good.
Yeah, how is that looking? I mean, you got Carlos Pena, Luke Scott, these 2 lefty sluggers brought in to add some production to this Rays lineup. Game 1 was Carlos Pena's night. He gets the mistake fastball on a full count, hammers a grand slam, gets the game started off quick for the Rays, and then all of a sudden here it is. A couple of nice at-bats to close out the ball game, including the game winner here. Cuts down on the swing with 2 strikes. Wins the ball game. Luke Scott, his night to shine, game 2. Wastes no time, just like Carlos Pena. A bases-loaded single to give the Rays an early lead. Another single that he adds here in the 3rd inning. And then another low fastball that he hammers after a Ben Zobrist double. Drives him in. Big night for Luke Scott. These guys, they've come in, and so far the return on investment, very, very good.
All of that having been said, the heart and soul of this team remains the starting pitching. And what an addition Jeremy Hellickson was last year in a Rookie of the Year campaign. 13 wins.
Yeah, Jeremy Hellickson, you look at the season numbers, record 13-10, ERA keeping it under 3 in the American League East. That's huge. The opponent's average 210, second only to Justin Verlander in the American League, and he was remarkably consistent. This is over 29 starts. In 26 of the 29, he gave up 3 earned runs or less. Unbelievable. He's able to do that again today. He's got a good chance to walk away with a win.
And the starting pitchers today presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Jeremy Hellickson in 4 starts lifetime against New York, 2-1. And Phil Hughes 2 years ago, a great season. Last year, some injuries. He struggled. 13 outings against the Rays in his career. He has a record of 4-3. Rays go for the sweep over the New York Yankees, wrapping up this 3-game homestand. We'll be back with all the action. Todd Callis has more on the Rays right-hander Jeremy Hellickson when we return.
Rays and the Yankees wrapping up this opening weekend series of the 2012 season. Jeremy Hellickson will be on the mound for the Rays. Another outstanding rookie year for a Ray. In fact, the last 5 years, the Rays have finished in the top 4 with at least one player in the AL Rookie of the Year balloting, beginning with Delman Young in 2007, finishing second. Then Evan Longoria wins it in 08. Also, Wade Davis and Jeff Neiman finished in the top 4 in 09 and 010. And then 2011, Jeremy Hellickson wins Rookie of the Year. And pitching coach Jim Hickey loves the fact that with Helly, he can expect pretty much the same thing every start.
Consistency, I think. The fact that he really hardly ever wavered. His delivery is very clean, it's very efficient, it's very consistent, and that's kind of like the way that he is too. He's just very clean, he's very efficient, he's very consistent. You know what you're going to get. Just a quality start time after time.
Name of the game, being consistent out there, and I think I was, consistent, as much in, in the weight room, and keeping my arm in shape as much as I was on the mound.
2 minutes and just a few seconds away. Some fans have brought brooms to the game today, looking for a sweep against the New York Yankees. The Rays and the Yankees right around the corner. Dwayne Stats and Brian Anderson will have all the action next on Sun Sports.
By your local Southern Ford dealers. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Hyundai. New Hyundai owners are talking about their cars in the booth. Rays and the Yankees all set to square off. They divided 18 games right down the middle last year, 9-9, and the Rays have taken the first 2 games of this season. Joe Girardi's lineup has Derek Jeter back at short, leading off, followed by Curtis Granderson and Robinson Cano. Alex Rodriguez hits cleanup. Mark Teixeira at first, ahead of the DH Nick Swisher. Raul Ibanez hits 7th. Brett Gardner is in left field, batting 8th, and Chris Stewart will do the catching.
Now taking the mound this afternoon for the Tampa Bay Rays, the reigning Rookie of the Year, Jeremy Hellickson. See that 29 starts, very sterling 2.95 earned run average, that opponent average of 210, second best in the American League.
So Jeremy Hellickson all set to go to work. His 25th birthday is today. Jeter in there, and here it is. The first pitch is a strike call. First pitch presented by Pinch a Penny. '29 starts a year ago and a .295 earned run average, 13-10 for Hellickson. 1 ball, 1 strike. And from the first time he was called from the minor leagues, he's had such a great demeanor out there on the mound. 1 and 2. The count is a ball, 2 strikes, and it seems every time he pitches, regardless of where it is, who it's against, it's the same. He is calm, cool, and collected, at least outwardly.
Yeah, right. Inside, maybe doing some cartwheels, but unflappable mound presence.
Ground ball headed to second, and Keppinger is there to make the throw back to first to Pena. Jeter's out of there.
Well, let's take a look at the Coventry Healthcare scouting report for Jeremy Hellickson. Well, we saw it in the first at-bat to Derek Jeter. Better fastball command. I think that's something that he can improve on, and with his, simply because of his mechanics. They're very simple. You saw it with Derek Jeter. He's got the new pitch. He's bringing out a cutter, a pitch that he feels that will help him against left-handed hitters and stay the course. You know, you can make a mechanical adjustment. You can add a new pitch, but stay with your approach. It's an approach that worked all last year, as evidenced by his 2.64 earned run average after the All-Star break. Hitters will let you know when you need to change things.
Well, here is Curtis Granderson hitting against the shift. And the pitch is in there, a strike call off speed. And that's the pitch that really made a difference in his career and got him to the big leagues. And he is not afraid to throw it. 1-1 to count.
Well, the thing that's nice about Jeremy Hellickson is he's able to throw that changeup and keep it on the same plane to get the called strike like he did right there. And also he's got the put away that has a little bit more tailing action.
Put away.
And mechanically, he is so simple. You know, you talked to Jim Hickey talked about it in the lead into the ball game, how simple he is. It's just pick the leg up, put it down. Everything looks the same.
It's up. 3 balls and a strike, and in that way, you really are always hesitant to make comparisons of young pitchers, young players to other great players, but Greg Maddux had that same simplicity, and it wears well. All 4, so Granderson draws a walk.
Well, let's take a look at the Rays defense as it lines up. This beautiful Sunday afternoon in the outfield, left to right, Matt Joyce, Desmond Jennings, and Ben Zobrist. Across the infield, third to first, Evan Longoria, Sean Rodriguez, Jeff Keppinger, and Carlos Pena. Jose Molina back behind the plate.
Robinson Cano. Cano is 5 of 11 lifetime with a couple of home runs against Jeremy Hellickson. And the pitch is a strike. Hellickson pitched a couple of games last September against the Yankees and pitched pretty well against them. The first of those 2 games, Cano hit a home run off him early, and he made some adjustments, and the rest of that game and then the next game did a pretty good job of handling Cano. And that's tough because this guy is a great hitter with power. Ground ball right side, and Pena is going to go to second for the force. No throw back to first. Hellickson is over there to cover just in case. Pena to Sean Rodriguez to take care of Granderson.
A good pitch here by Hellickson. Gets in on Cano. A little jam shot. Carlos Pena showing some range right at the tip of the glove. Easy force play.
2 outs with Cano at first. Well, there was some talk about Alex Rodriguez having the day off. You know, yesterday Derek Jeter was the DH, and something that, given the age of some of the lineup here for the Yankees, Joe Girardi would like to do that, and he was thinking of doing it early, but dropping the first 2 games, and A-Rod is right back in there today.
That's the key. They split the first 2, and he probably is on the bench, but you lose, and it doesn't play very well. You get your big bat out there.
The chopper back to third, foul.
You know, and this is the part of the season too, just 3 games in. I know Alex Rodriguez worked very hard this winter, you know, to come into camp in better shape, ready to go for the long haul. And so he probably had a lot of input in the decision to be in the game today. If there was any thought of him being out of there, probably said, Joe, it's all the same to you. I'd like to play.
Yeah, Rodriguez played in only 99 games last year because of an assortment of a couple injuries. It's popped foul. That's going to be out of play. 2 strikes. He had in the recent past, he's had knee issues and a left shoulder, the hip problem. And he did have over the winter that procedure involving the plasma-rich platelets, and hoping that that will give him the ability to play in more games this year. Takes one away. Fastball off the plate. It's 1-2.
We're very close here, and you see he caught Alex Rodriguez flat-footed. That ball clearly off the plate, but it's that working in, working away, making the hitter uncomfortable. He's not quite sure what you're going to do.
Over to first. Back in is Cano. He's over there on the fielder's choice. Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's something that we saw a lot last year from Jeremy Hellickson that is very effective over the course of the season, is his willingness to throw the changeup inside to righties. Most of the time, pitchers are changeup away. When you're able to throw that and command that pitch to both sides of the plate, that will add a couple of feet to your fastball when you come in there.
Ground ball left side, and this is Sean Rodriguez in the shift from the hold at short, throws him out easily. New York leaves the man. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Rays coming in to hit. Brought to you by H.H. Gregg. Rays coming in ahead in the bottom of the first. No score against New York. Take a look at the starting lineup put together by Joe Madden. Desmond Jennings again in center field. Jennings leading off. Carlos Pena will hit second again, and Evan Longoria third. Matt Joyce a good night last night in the cleanup spot. He's back there. Vin Zobrist hits fifth in front of the DH Luke Scott. Jeff Keppinger seventh. Jose Molina the catcher eighth, and Sean Rodriguez will bat ninth.
Taking the mound this afternoon for the New York Yankees is right-hander Phil Hughes. You see the numbers last year, just 14 starts, missed almost 3 months with some right shoulder, right arm fatigue. 5-5, 5.79, came into camp this year in much better shape. The Yankees hoping that he resembles the Phil Hughes from 2010, where he went 18-8.
So Hughes, who will be 26 in July, all set to go to work. And here is Jennings. Desmond takes it for a ball. Andy Fletcher is calling the balls and strikes here this afternoon. Those are the numbers on Desmond last year in 60-plus games. 1-1. Those who a strike. Desmond is down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch up, fastball up, and Desmond fouls it.
And you will see that a lot from Phil Hughes. You know, it doesn't translate very well on TV, but Phil Hughes is listed at 6'5", 240 pounds. He's a big guy, and he's a fly ball pitcher. His career ground ball percentage down in the low to mid 40s. He likes to work up in the zone.
Fly ball lifted towards center. Granderson is there and makes the catch.
Let's take a look at the Yankee defense as it lines up. In the outfield, left to right, Brett Gardner, Curtis Granderson, and Raul Ibanez. Across the infield, third to first, Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, Robinson Cano, and Mark Teixeira. Chris Stewart will handle the catching duties today. You know, that fastball, too, that Phil Hughes likes to work up in the zone with, plays well with his very good secondary pitch of the curveball. You work the fastball up, the curveball off of that. If you're on your game, that's a deadly combo.
Now Carlos Pena. Fastball is up. 1 ball, no strikes. Carlos hitting second. He had an RBI single and 2 walks last night out of the number 2 spot. He does have 2 career home runs against Hughes. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Move on right here. Hughes give you not only the curve, but that off-speed pitch, the changeup as well. He's thrown just a handful of pitches here, but he is a different pitcher than he was a year ago when he was struggling with that shoulder issue. And right from the outset last year, his velocity was way down. I mean, here's a guy who was consistently 90 plus and at times 92, maybe 93.
Yep.
Probably averages 91. But last year, what a different story. He came out throwing in the mid 80s. 84.
Well, you know, he won 18 games in 2010. You get a little bit of success. You're young. You come into camp, maybe not in the best condition. The velocity's not there. Ended up being disappointed in his season. And this year, you go out and sign Hiroki Kuroda. You trade for Michael Pineda.
And it's foul back off the facing of the press level.
And Phil Hughes was forced to come into camp this year ready to go and pitching for his life,
yep.
Pitching for his job. So he came in much better shape and really had to cut it loose from the very beginning and had a nice spring. Worked over 17 innings in the Grapefruit League and had an ERA of about 1.5.
Yeah, well, they saw the emergence of Nova last year, winning well into double figures. Carlos fouls it, fastball. You'll see another 3-2 pitch. Carlos with a full count again, and we've seen a lot of those out of Carlos Pena in this series. Ground ball, back of first. Teixeira guarding the line deep, makes the play unassisted. 2 up, 2 down. Bases will be empty for Evan Longoria. Doubled and scored in the 7th inning of last night's game. Thought he had a home run there for a few moments until it was reviewed. Ball coming in on him, a fastball. That's up at 93 right there. So Hughes is back with his velocity. Having a very big opening day Friday. Fastball up there at 93, so those have been the best fastballs we've seen from Hughes here. He saved them for Longoria.
You can get that ball into that 93, 94 range. Even when you miss your spot, you have a chance.
A ball, 2 strikes.
Interesting to see here after a couple of fastballs up in the zone. Count in your favor. Good time for a curveball.
Well, we'll go to 2-2. Detroit jumped to a 4-0 lead at home on Boston, but the Red Sox put 2 up in the 2nd inning. Buchholz and Scherzer. Line shot, and it's past Alex Rodriguez back into the corner. Well, a 2-base hit for Longoria, and Hughes elected to stay with a fastball throughout the entire at-bat.
Now that's exactly right, Dwayne, and you do that to a good hitter like Evan Longoria, and you run the risk of some hard contact, and that's exactly what happens here. Nice swing by Evan down and through the baseball. That powerful swing. That ball by Alex Rodriguez, no chance. That ball was scorched. But you're right, 5 straight fastballs, all at 93, 94. And you understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to establish that fastball, much like David Price last night, before he starts to sprinkle in that curveball. However, maybe one too many there.
Here's Matt Joyce. Takes it off speed, a curveball. 1 ball, no strikes. Joyce has had some success in 10 at bats. He's 4 out of 10 against Hughes with a couple home runs. It's a 2-out chance here. Takes it the other way. That's going to slice out of play. Off speed pitch. 1-1.
Well, Phil Hughes electing to go curveball changeup to Matt Joyce for a couple of different reasons. Number one, because of the success you talked about him having, 4 out of 10 lifetime, and also because he knows Matt Joyce is an aggressive hitter and got a runner in scoring position. So he's trying to take advantage of that aggressiveness, thinking that Matt Joyce looking fastball.
And there's a line drive. Is it going to stay up? It will not. It skips past Ibanez. Longoria scores. Joyce already around second. He's going to go to third, and Foley will hold them there. The Rays take an early lead. That ball had some sink on it, and Ibanez gambled. It got past him. Longoria scores, and Joyce winds up at third base.
Well, Matt Joyce, I think he breaks his bat on this, just off the end of the bat. Ibanez do or die on the dive there, and really didn't get that close to it. Once it gets by you, it just becomes a foot race. This ball right off the end. Boy, oh boy, Curtis Granderson, he knows what's going on here. Matt Joyce running all the way to third. He's hustling to get it. Longoria scores easy. Rays jump out to an early lead.
So a triple for Matt Joyce. Here's Ben Zobrist. Pitch is down, a curveball. Zobrist, on the other hand, as opposed to Joyce, is 0 for 10 against Hughes. Low. 2-0. So the Rays strike first. A 2-out run in the first. And takes a good look and takes it low. You're seeing off-speed stuff, a combination of breaking balls and change-ups. 3-0 the count. Strike. A miss. Change up on 3-1. So the count is full. Popped up left side toward the line. Gardner is there, a fair ball, and that will retire the side. But the Rays break out in front with 2 outs. Evan Longoria shot a double into the left field corner. Ben Joyce got one to drop in front of Ibanez and skip by him. The Rays lead 1-0.
Lead. This afternoon's game is available in Espanol via SAP, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida. And as we learned last year, Dwayne, SAP stands for Secondary Audio Programming.
I made a note of that. Been impressed with the way you've handled that technical term. Mark Teixeira leading off the second. Rays with an early lead. And Helix's pitch is a ball. Swisher next, and then Ibanez. Two balls, no strikes. Shara lifts a popper right side, and this is Keppinger making the catch. One away. Swisher's going to be next. Actually, Laura McKeeman is going to be next. Laura, how are you?
Dwayne, you're giving me hard acts to follow there, but I'm doing great. We're here to talk about some Twitter. Of course, follow us. It's at Sun Sports Rays. Want to keep those followers coming in. Now, Evan Longoria, who we saw double in the first, he's been very optimistic on Twitter, calling for a perfect season. And he says that, giving credit to David Price, of course, 160 games away from a perfect season. So I don't know, Dwayne. We'll see what happens. It's obviously easy to say that 2 games in, but it certainly looks good for the Rays.
Well, that's a great goal. Aspire to perfection. Swisher lifting one toward right center field. Zobrist got a good jump and could not get there. Great effort. Jennings will play the carom. And Swisher has a double. Zobrist came close to pulling off an outstanding play. Good route, good jump, and just short. And Jennings played the carom.
You see the ball off the bat. Here goes Ben Zobrist. Just short. Ball off the few inches off the end of that glove there. Great effort. Just well placed by Swisher.
So the Yankees have their first scoring threat. It comes with 1 out in the second, and here's Raul Ibanez. Pitch is in there for a strike. Ibanez, the DH in the game on Friday, hit a 3-run home run. Keeps the pitch in front of him. Breaking ball, 1-1. Opposition hit .210 off Hellickson last year, rookie season. Ground ball right side. Keppinger up with it. He was shaded toward the hole. Swisher goes to third. Ibanez is out at first. Two outs with a runner over at third base. And the left fielder, Brett Gardner, about to step in. Gardner hitting 8th, coming off last year's .259 season. There's a guy down in their lineup. Hits 8th, hits 9th. Really a second leadoff guy in this lineup for Joe Girardi. And a popper, short left. Joyce shading him toward the line, makes the catch. No runs, a double. Man left at third. Bottom half of inning 2 coming, 1-0 Rays.
score of 1-0. One of the Rays regulars not in the lineup for this first weekend series. B.J. Upton will begin his rehab assignment tomorrow with the Charlotte Stone Crabs. Head athletic trainer Ron Porterfield would like to take his time with the process. 1 game on, 1 day off. BJ, like in 2009 when he was coming back from that shoulder injury, will start the year rehabbing. This one might be a little longer, though. They're thinking 5 to 6 games as opposed to 2009 when he just missed 3 games in rehab. 5 to 6 games, 20 to 25 at bats. And Upton was swinging just a little while ago in the cage with Derek Shelton. That's a good sign. So guys will follow B.J. Upton's progress as he tries to make his way back from that back injury. Back to you.
All right. Thank you very much. Of course, that all started on that collision. The Rays had quite a scare when Desmond Jennings and B.J. Upton collided in the outfield and left center field this spring. Luke Scott fouled it back. That's a strike. We might have to dispatch Todd. Of course, the team's flying out tomorrow night, and I'm not sure if Todd will go down to Port Charlotte to observe the first outing of B.J. Upton or not, in which case he'd have to fly day of game, and I don't know if we want to tax him quite that much.
We know that he likes to be on top of the story, especially one that, it's a big one.
Yep. So we'll see what Todd's schedule permits. 2 strikes the count. And Scott pops it. Shallow left. Jeter backpedaling. Makes the catch. Luke Scott is the first out. Keppinger on his way to the plate. The Rays will have tomorrow as a travel day and then open a 10-game road trip against the Detroit Tigers. Detroit, Boston, and then Toronto.
The first 7 games of that road trip, day games. Get your rest.
Yeah, see, that's another problem. Todd would have to find a very early fight. This one deflected off Hughes, and that's going to be a base hit. So Keppinger is aboard. That's amazing, isn't it? Here's a club that struggled all spring, showed some signs the last handful of games in the spring of swinging the bats better. But they're up there with a confidence now at the plate, getting off to this good start, and they're stepping in ready to hit.
Yeah, and you've seen some at-bats put together by different guys that you're looking at their approach and what they're trying to accomplish and the swings they're taking, saying, haven't seen that before.
Molina taking a strike. Well, here's the schedule the Rays have to deal with early, and it's not going to be obviously an easy schedule. We talked last night about some of the contenders and the strength of their schedule early, and boy, the Rays have a tough one. 2 strikes the count. A little foul ball right there. There you go. Look at that. The day games in Detroit started.
Three games right there, all at 1 o'clock. Boston a couple different times. Those are all day games. The one positive coming out of that, you've got some, obviously playing some tough teams. The Yankees have a tough schedule off the bat too. They're going to be dealing with a lot of these teams. You'll find out exactly where you are, but with so many day games in a row like that, coming off of spring training, these players are in that mode anyway, with most of spring training games being during the day, so it's not going to be that big of an adjustment to play those 7 straight games during the day.
Well, they have that going for them. Molina down 2 strikes, and he is out on strikes. First K posted by Phil Hughes, 2 gone. Well, the Rays, I'll tell you, in the past, the Rays have played well against contending teams.
That is exactly right. You see Phil Hughes continuing to work that fastball up in the zone, picking up the strikeout. And you're right, Dwayne. They have seemed to play to their level of competition. You know, last year when the team went out west, you're going to play the Mariners, you're going to play the Oakland A's. You said this is a series, this is a road trip that they have to play well. And they didn't play well, but then turn around, put the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Rangers in the other dugout. and they find a way to elevate their game. I mean, they get real excited and enjoy those kind of moments. So it'll be a fun week and a half.
Sean Rodriguez missed the first pitch. That's a strike. Well, it's been fun so far.
Yes, it has.
2 games in. I tell you, it's a fun place to be here at Tropicana Field.
A little different field than last year. For the first homestand.
They couldn't get a lead. Not only could they not win, they couldn't get a lead. 0-6, then 1-8. Certainly is different. One the count to Sean. Good up again. Hughes has found a spot up there.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Stayed right there.
That's exactly what he does. He's a power guy, not an overpowering guy, but a power pitcher who's got that good low 90s fastball, but he rides it up in the zone, and that's why he gets so many pop-ups and fly balls. And if you want to chase it up a little higher, that's where he picks up a lot of strikeouts too.
And he's out on strikes. Well, had a little late movement. Sean Rodriguez is out, number 3. 1-0 Rays through 2. On top, won the first 2 games, 7-6 and 8-6.
Well, Rays fans will never forget watching Evan Longoria rounding the bases with arms raised after slugging the Rays into the postseason last year. On Saturday, April 21st, the first 10,000 fans will receive an Evan Longoria walk-off figurine presented by Sweet Base Supermarket. Purchase tickets, visit RaysBaseball.com.
Chris Stewart, the catcher for the New York Yankees, leads off the 3rd. Pitch is a little high, a ball and no strikes. Stewart's been in the Yankee organization before. Last year, a little over 200 with the Giants. It's his 3rd time around with the Yankees. And the strike. It's 1-1. balls and a strike. Stewart's spent some limited time with the White Sox and the Texas Rangers, with San Diego and San Francisco, and still had time to go through the Yankees organization. This is the third time. Popped up, foul. Molina couldn't find it immediately. Hellickson back, and that ball's going to be out of play. Well, Molina lost it, could not locate it, and Hellickson had the best shot had that ball been playable.
I mean, it's quick here. The roof at Tropicana Field, a little dull white, which is about the same color as the baseball that's been rubbed up. You see Molina, not a clue.
No, in fact, he was reaching for a new baseball from Andy Fletcher.
Figuring that thing was way out of play, yeah.
We've seen a couple of the Rays outfielders have an issue cracking the ball here in the first series of the season. 3-2 the count to Stewart. Matt Joyce, he lost one last night and then found it in time to avert disaster. Line drive going to be caught by Sean Rodriguez.
You know, that was early in the game, and then later in the game he had the fly ball that he was drifting on. It wasn't like he wasn't quite sure, you know, where it was. It ended up being a misplay, turned into a triple.
Yeah, and I think both Jennings and Joyce had trouble tracking that one.
You got some guys playing different positions, maybe not, you know, for their career, but different positions in this building. And that roof, like I said, it's not easy. It used to be like going to play up at the Metrodome against the Twins. You took your eye off the ball off the bat. Hard time finding it.
Larry Jeter lines it into right. Zobrist makes the catch. 2 down. Well, you see Hellickson out there, and you're really inclined to believe that everything is just all right with the world.
Don't you? And he's consistent. I mean, he's like this off the field.
Yeah,
you run into him down in the clubhouse, and he has the same demeanor. I'll tell you what, say what you want, but it makes for a great mound presence.
Sure does.
Or you could flip by the game, and you wouldn't know if he had a no-hitter in the 7th inning or was getting bombed.
Yep. Ahead of Granderson.
It reminds me a lot of Tom Glavine. Getting a chance to watch him, he was the same way. I mean, they
Those
had
guys
one
are
expression.
Really fun.
One
It's
expression.
just great to watch.
Yes.
Yep. They're out there because to be so young, he gives you the idea he knows what he's doing. Glavine was absolutely that way when you go watch him pitch. You were that way too, right?
Right. Yeah, very, very even keel. Yeah. That's it. Wasn't high strung at all.
No. The 0-2 inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, how could Glavine be left-handed and be that way? You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah. An experiment going wrong.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And a cut to Miz. Granderson out of there. Had him out in front. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees. First strikeout of the game for Jeremy Hellickson. We've gone through 2.5, and the Rays lead. It's a 1-0 ball game. of excitement through the first couple games of this series. And in the game today and all season long, Tires Plus will be donating $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Top of the order for the Rays in the bottom of the third. Jennings, Pena, and Longoria. Pitch is a strike. Nesbitt went out to center field his first time. Down having quite a game in Detroit. The Red Sox, top of the third, have taken a 7-5 lead. Boston 5 in the third, still hitting. Scherzer still in the game. How about that game yesterday? 5 Detroit home runs. All 5 home runs given up by Beckett. Two on the count to Desmond. Took the count to 2-2. Yeah, it's going to be fun in the American League East. Blue Jays are very good. Red Sox, Yankees, Rays. Don't take the Orioles lightly. Last year in the East, and just pick a year. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, but the Yankees with 97 wins, the Rays getting to the postseason in the wild card, Red Sox 90 wins, and the Blue Jays at 500. And a lot of folks think the Blue Jays are going to be much better this year.
And you look just around the American League, the East always strong, and it used to be, okay, yeah, you were going to have a division winner in the Central, but they're going to be a little bit weaker. Somebody was going to win the West. You know, boy, you look at the Central now. Detroit Tigers are a powerhouse.
Yep.
You go out West, that Rangers-Angels battle is going to be something to watch. Two big-time franchises.
Yeah, it's going to remain 2-2. Jennings fouls this one out of play.
So you look at you've got 6-7 teams in the American League that are true, power teams.
Yep. And somewhere in the mix, you're going to have a team or two surprise you.
Yeah. Make it interesting into August. The Indians did that last year, jumping out.
They were 30
of their
15.
first 45 games.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Popped up. Foul ball, and that's going to carry out a play. Extended at bat here for Jennings against Hughes. Rays got a run with 2 outs in the first and a double by Longoria, the triple by Joyce. On the corner. So Jennings caught looking on the 9th pitch of the at bat.
Well, steady a die to fastballs up in the zone, and then here he comes with the cutter, and he places it perfectly. Right on the outside corner, that late cut action. Not much you can do about that.
There's Carlos Pena. Shift on. Cano in short right field. Strike the count. Jeter on the first base side of second. Rays, as we mentioned, be starting a long road trip, and Matt Moore is going to open that series in Detroit. Put Pena behind in the count, 0-2. Moore, Shields, and Neiman scheduled to pitch against the Tigers. How about Shields and Verlander on Wednesday? Wednesday afternoon. There's Matt Moore. He'll pitch Tuesday afternoon, and then Wednesday, Shields and Verlander. So that should be a great matchup. And our coverage begins Tuesday with our pregame show at 12:30. 2-2. Get an official look at the Fox studios. With
excited about that, yeah.
Tuesday.
I'm excited about jumping into that pregame show a little earlier.
Liner foul. The count is still 2-2. Valuable face time available. Two to Carlos. Well, we go full. Another full count for Pena. It was 3-2 in the first, 3-2 in the third. He had 4 3-2 counts in the game last night.
Just doesn't continue to do a good job of working those counts, seeing a lot of pitches. And when a guy like Carlos can do that, see a lot of pitches, bound to get one mistake. Don't miss it.
Well, there it is. Long drive to right. That ball's going to get out. Home run. He didn't miss the fastball. Pena turns on a 3-2 fastball, and the Rays have a 2-0 lead.
Well, when you're consistently able to work long at bats with high pitch counts, you force a guy out there to throw 6, 7, 8 pitches. It's tough to make them all quality. Just like he did with CC Sabathia. Gets a mistake. That ball right down the middle. The key is don't miss that mistake, and he did.
So Carlos Pena, who hit a 3-2 pitch for a grand slam in the opening game of the series off Sabathia, hits a 3-2 pitch off Hughes, and the Rays have a 2-0 lead today. Curveball to Longoria, taken for a ball. 1-0. Two and 0 the count. Well, the more pitches you see, the better off you are. It's certainly working to Pena's advantage. 2-1 to Evan. Evan lifts the fly ball into right. Ibanez catches it. 2 outs. The home run pitch. He tops the Rays in the home run department, 146. Ball to Joyce. It's in there for a strike. That's all breaking stuff in the first inning, and then triple. One to count. Two balls and a strike. The change up there for a ball. Now it's 3-1. Rays have going back into the tail end of last season's regular schedule. They have a 7-game winning streak. They won 5 in the final week of the regular season. They've opened with 2 in this one. And Joyce draws a walk. A couple of change-ups that missed. And Hughes gives up his first walk of the day. Zobrist about to step in against Hughes. This pitch, a fastball in for a strike. Rays 2 runs, 4 hits. Rays lineup now hitting for the cycle. Longoria a double, Joyce a triple, Keppinger a single, and Pena a home run. It's a 1-1 count. Inside as Stewart started to fire to first and misfired. Count 2-1 to Ben.
Lost in the transition here. Never able to get the handle.
Upstairs, 3-1. Now the 3-1, and we have a full count to Zobrist. Stephen Vogt has moved into the on-deck circle here. Luke Scott's spot is due. Scott the DH, but Vogt is on deck now. Three, 2, and Zobrist swings through the high fastball. He's out on strikes. Rays get a run on a home run off a 3-2 fastball. Carlos Pena makes it a 2-0 ball game. We head into the 4th. Fourth inning. Time for the AT&T trivia question. Which Major League starting pitcher had the lowest batting average on balls put into play in 2011 with a minimum of 125 innings pitched? One of those relatively new categories of tracking the effectiveness of pitchers. We go to the fourth, a 31 pitch inning for Hughes in the third. The Rays lead 2-0. Jeremy Hellickson on the mound to face Cano, Rodriguez, and Teixeira. Ball, no strikes. Play by Hellickson, reaching up, and Cano is retired.
Well, first at bat, fastball got in on Cano. Got the forced play ground ball from Pena to Rodriguez, and there he gets him away. That's how you pitch those good hitters like Cano, Rodriguez, this Yankee lineup full of them, constantly mixing your patterns.
Alex Rodriguez. One ball, no strikes. Rays have the shift on with Sean Rodriguez shaded deep and toward the hole. Keppinger on the shortstop side of second base. And Rodriguez way out in front. It's 1-1. He's hopeful of getting more games of Alex Rodriguez, trying to keep him healthy. He'll be 37 in July. Two and one. I think they have 6 years left on his contract with over $140 million due. It's pretty healthy. Yeah. And the Yankees are hoping he stays healthy.
Right. That's the key all around.
There's a strike on the outside edge.
Boy, that was the cutter. Jeremy Hellickson adding that to the repertoire this year, mainly as a weapon against lefties, but occasionally to the righties, and you see that ball, just that late cutting action, nipping that outside corner.
Molina set up inside, and Hellickson came in off the plate. The count is full.
Boy, now when you get confidence in that cutter, now is a great time to throw it in. After that fastball that runs in, throw the cutter right off of that. Alex Rodriguez gives up on it, and it catches the inside corner. That's advanced usage of that pitch.
And he took a shot with it away, and it wound up off the plate.
See, the more comfortable he gets with that pitch, and that was a good effort right there. There's not just one pitch that you can go to in a certain situation. Very similar to the pitch that was called for a strike. Not getting the call this time, but you imagine that same pitch with that same movement coming off the previous pitch, which was the fastball in off the plate. Now throw the cutter in off the plate. What's Alex Rodriguez going to do? He's going to give up on it. That little bit of movement catches the inside corner, and you pick up a strikeout looking.
Mark Teixeira in the batter's box. Ball one. Yeah, that's one of those pitches where if you're a hitter and a pitcher makes a pitch like that, you just got to tip your cap, because number one, it takes a lot of guts to throw that pitch and a lot of confidence and in the execution of the pitch itself to make it a good pitch. It's extraordinary. Now a shot to right field. Zobrist will go to the track. He's going to look up and it's off the wall. Rodriguez on his way to third. Going to be a double for Teixeira. And with one out, the Yankees have a threat in the fourth inning.
Well, we talked about having to change patterns against the better hitters. First at bat for Mark Teixeira. In a 2-0 count, Jeremy threw him a cutter and got the pop-up. Here in a 1-0 count, he comes back to that cutter. This time Teixeira's waiting for it, and he's able to put it off the wall out in right field.
Yeah, you wonder if Rodriguez is okay. He was not moving all that well there on his way to third. Nick Swisher. Pitch away. So Swisher, who doubled his first time. Good hitter for Hellickson in this inning. He's behind him. 2-0 now. Cut and a miss. 2-1. Swisher's doubled in the second inning. Came on a changeup. Ball 3-1. The 1-out walk to Alex Rodriguez. 2 pitches later, Teixeira double off the right field wall. 3-1. Popped up. Left side. Longoria making the call. 2 gone. Well, a very big out right there, and the right kind of out with men at second and third and 1 away.
Yeah, in a bad count. You know, you're in a tough count there if you're Jeremy Hellickson. 3-1. Boy, you're right. Huge pitch here in the middle portion of this game.
Molina out there to talk with Hellickson. Let's check in with Todd Callis here for a moment.
Dwayne, we do have an update on Luke Scott. We saw Stephen Vogt in the on-deck circle to pinch hit for him last inning. He's got a little bit of a tight left hamstring. Scott hit with a tight left hammy, and they say he is day-to-day, guys.
Okay, good. Look at the update on that. That conversation out there between Molina and Hellickson reminded me of a comment that Hellickson had this spring about having Molina. He says, I'm not saying much about those visits. He says he's out there telling me what he wants, and I'm there to listen and do it. So he's got a lot of respect for a veteran catcher, even though he's the reigning Rookie of the Year pitcher. 1-0 the count now to Ibanez. Molina's been around a long time, and Hellickson smart enough to listen. Foul ball off the foot of Ibanez. 1-1.
Oh, we remember, I think it was that same first game of the year. Just a couple of days ago, the mound visit. Molina out to talk to Joel Peralta. And, or actually, it might have been Joel calling him out. Bottom line was, Peralta didn't do any talking. Yeah, a lot of listening.
What do we do now?
That's right. A lot of knowledge in that helmet. was a good pitch. Good changeup there by Hellickson. I'm going to tell you right now, that ball split the plate and certainly looked like it had the right height. Take a look.
Oh, my. It's a beautiful pitch. Boy, what a difference, because now it goes to 2-1 instead of 1-2.
Yeah, that ball is above the knee. Yeah, that's at the lower quad.
Two-run ball game. The Yankees threaten. Ibanez now riding a 2-ball, 1-strike count. And to center field. Jennings will go back, still back, and he makes the catch as he hits the track. Ibanez hit the changeup a long way to center, but Desmond Jennings tracked it down. No runs, a hit, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Hellickson, a lot of emotion there. This afternoon, the Rays with a run in the 1st and another run in the 3rd. And let's get the answer to our AT&T trivia question. Which Major League starting pitcher led the league in batting average on balls in play? And it's not Jeremy Hellickson, as you might think. Guillermo Moscoso of the Oakland A's. 216 to 223 right there. That's great company for 2 young pitchers, isn't it? Verlander 3rd. Well, Stephen Vogt now comes on to pinch hit for Luke Scott, who has some tightness in that left hamstring, as we were updated by Todd Callis on that. 1-1 to count to Vogt. Last year, 17 home runs and over 100 runs batted in the minor leagues. 2-1. Foul, hit it out of play. Vogt picked in the 07 draft by the Rays. Takes a pitch high. 3-2, and he's hit wherever he's been. And his progress slowed back in 09. He Some shoulder issues. And he lifts a pop fly high, not overly deep to right. Ibanez is there to make the catch. One away. Jeff Keppinger. Keppinger, after the first pitch, fouls a fastball away. Phil Hughes on the hill. 25-year-old right-hander, an 18-game winner 2 years ago, and 5-5 last year with shoulder misery. Down to short. Peters throw in time. 2 up, 2 down. Vote hit the high fly ball to right. Keppinger is bounced to short. And now Jose Molina will bat. Struck out his first time. 1 of 3 strikeouts for Hughes. Pitch upstairs. Cued off the end of the bat. The count is 1-1. Red Sox and the Tigers tied up 7-7. The game's in the top of the 5th. It's out of play. 1-2. Rays off to Detroit, Boston, and Toronto. They'll be home on the 20th of this month against the Minnesota Twins for the weekend, and then the Angels. So they'll have the Twins and the Angels coming in on the next homestand. Holding at a ball, 2 strikes. Molina out reaching. He's out on strikes for the second time, and we go to the 5th. 2-0 Tampa Bay. And it's time for the Just for Men Auto Stop Foolproof Stat. the Rays winning the first two games 7-6 and 8-6. And they've won 32 consecutive games when they score 5 or more runs. Tied for the club record. So just as you can count on a Rays victory if they score 5 or more, you can count on Just for Men Auto Stop for foolproof results.
That is a remarkable stat. It really is. You think about that. I mean, just get to the 5-run mark, 32 ball games in a row. I mean, that's amazing.
You know, it's kind of interesting because there was a time when you had to score at least 5 to be competitive in the American League East.
Yeah.
And run production the last couple of years has been down a little bit. So that if you score 5 and you get the kind of pitching that the Rays consistently put on the field, you've got a great chance to win, and that's been a big part of their success. Brett Gardner square and then get the bat back and take the pitch for a strike. He's leading off the 5th. Gardner, then Stewart and Jeter. Hellickson with a strikeout, couple of walks. He's given up 2 hits and no runs. And he just missed with a fastball. It's 1-1. What that number speaks to is the number that Hellickson has put together in his brief career. I think in 30 of his 33 career starts coming into this game, he had given up 3 or fewer earned runs. So he's pretty consistent with what the Rays have done collectively as a team.
Well, that's a streak that's impressive for anybody in this game, let alone a guy's first 33 starts of his big league career.
Yeah. 1-2. Close, down. Fastball right there. And it's a 2-2 count. Let's take a look at that pitch. That looked pretty good. It was. That's a great pitch right there.
Bottom of the strike zone. What doesn't help the call right there is the way that Jose Molina caught that ball. You roll the glove over like that.
Did he go? Yes, he did. Sam Holbrook down at third. And he offered on the check.
Now, Jeremy Hellickson using the cutter down and in. This is almost like a power slider. You get Brett Gardner to commit. He cannot hold up. He did go too far. Clearly shown right there. There it is. That little cut fastball working its way down and in.
Here's Chris Stewart, the catcher. And he puts down a bunt. Hellickson right there to pick it up and throw to Pena. So Stewart trying to bunt his way on. Bunted it a little too hard. Hellickson quickly off the mound to make that play in fairly routine fashion.
Yeah, well, if you're going to do that, you've got to get that ball up the third base line. Get it into that no man's land where Evans playing back and it's too far of a run for Jeremy Hellickson. In between there, it becomes, like you said, quite routine. Used to love when guys would square around a bunt. It's like giving you an out. And he hops off the mound.
Derek Jeter. Jeter's grounded to second and is lined to right. Pitch in there around the knees. Off speed to start him. One and one. An afternoon of bird watching creates a greater reaction in the individual watching the bird than Hellickson shows pitching to this New York lineup. Yeah. Well, just look at this.
Checking for a pulse.
There's a yellowtail swallow out there. 1-1 the count to Jeter. Ground ball to short. Sean Rodriguez throws him out. Helix had just finished pitching to the active all-time hits leader, and you're checking for a pulse. 2-0 Rays.
If you're a Rays fan, Evan Longoria sending the Rays into the postseason with this walk-off right down the left field line over the low wall that we'll talk more about in a moment as the Rays come from behind against the New York Yankees after trailing 7-0 and winning 8-7. And guys, out here in left field, that's exactly where the ball landed, and this is the new area, the 162 landing out here just beyond the left field wall. We're going to find out more about why that wall was shortened in our game 162 inside the Rays next Saturday, a 1-hour special. It all has to do with the owner, Stuart Sternberg. It was his idea, and Carl Crawford's ability to take away home runs down the line. But guys, this is the new area this year, the 162 landing. Back to you.
Sean Rodriguez goes after the first pitch and pops it up foul, caught by the first baseman Teixeira. 1 pitch, 1 out. The bottom of the 5th inning is underway. So there it is, the 162 landing. See that low wall right down the line, 315. Jennings. Instead of breaking pitch, down and away. It's 1-1. Ball 2 strikes. A ball, 2 strikes with the bases empty and 1 out. The Rays scored a run in the first, another run in the third. Jennings fouls it away. Twins and the Orioles are playing in Baltimore. And the former Ray, Jason Hamill, on the hill for the Orioles. Baltimore leads 3-0, and at the end of 7 innings now, Jason Hamill has not allowed the Minnesota Twins a hit. Pop up, pitch in on Jennings, and it's popped foul.
Now, Rays fans, this is just a reminder that as you enjoy a cold one, you can look forward to the Miller Time later in today's game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Light, yet refreshing.
Yes.
And here's Carlos Pena. Carlos belting a home run in the 3rd inning after working still another full count. Takes the pitch for a strike. We have seen Pena in the past get into a stretch where he really zones down when it comes to the strike zone and see a lot of pitches, and he's been doing that lately.
When you can see right there with that close camera angle on Carlos Pena, he took a couple of peeks out there to the left side to see exactly where Alex Rodriguez was, where the hole is over there. He's down in the count here, so maybe look for him to go the other way just to take a base hit here.
Well, he lifts this one to deep right field. Ibanez's back, and that ball is gone. Or did he? We're going to have interference again. We're going to have interference.
Another close call.
Boy, an 0-2 pitch.
You better believe that Joe Madden is going to want this on the other side to have this looked at.
Well, Longoria lost a home run over the ball he hit to right field in the game last night, and now Madden says, hey, you want to take a look at this one just to see? Fan interference here.
Joe West just said, I saw it. Joe said, did you think you saw it that good? Well, here it is. That's close. That's close. Joe West may be right, but I don't know if you could be that definitive. Well,
so it's going to be a double for Pena. Pena was thinking, hey, I've got a home run here, and then the stop sign put up out there. Sam Holbrook coming over to stop him.
So much for going to the left side.
Here's Longoria. Pops it up.
He's going to give you the 0-2 fastball right down the middle.
Wow. The Rays settling for a double on the drive hit by Carlos Pena. One and one. Yesterday, when Longoria hit that ball in the 7th inning, it stopped Pena at 3rd on a double by Evan, and then Matt Joyce promptly singled home both runs. Upstairs, 2-1. So Longoria trying to pick up Pena out at second base right here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Now back to 3rd. 2-2. was close.
Boy, just a little bit out in front of the 2-strike curveball. That ball shot down the line. Good look here.
Well, the Rays have come very close to scoring a run in this inning. As close as you could come and not score one. On the ball hit by Pena and on that foul ball by Longoria. He fouls this one back. Boy, that pitch was up where Longoria liked it. Two. All three. Yankees got some action up in their bullpen. Let's have Matt Joyce do next, and it's Boone to Logan. Hughes closing in. Yet to 100 pitches, but very close. And he just walked Longoria. A breaking ball on 3-2, and the Rays have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Matt Joyce due up. Joyce has tripled and walked against Hughes. That gives him 5 of 11 lifetime against Hughes, with a couple of home runs. Now Stewart, catcher, spends some time with Hughes out there as the left-hander Logan continues to throw in the bullpen. And Girardi comes out, and now time calls. So Girardi taking all the time that he could to give Logan a few more tosses in the bullpen. The Rays with a 2-out threat. We'll be back in a moment. Today brought to you by Checkers. Feast on. Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today for great deals on the amazing lineup of Toyota vehicles. Toyota, moving forward. And by Tires Plus. The plus is in everything we do. Here in the bottom of the 5th. The Yankees changed pitchers. 99 pitches for Phil Hughes. Gone after 4 2/3. He leaves with 2 outs, 2 men on. And gives way to Boone Logan. Logan had had some back issues late in the spring. And now he's on to face Matt Joyce. So Girardi playing the percentages with Joyce, the left-handed hitter. It's 0 for 4 with a walk and 3 strikeouts lifetime against Boone Logan. And the pitch sails in there for a strike. Logan making his first appearance of the year. And down 0-2 now.
Back-to-back breaking balls.
Ball, 2 strikes. Boston has taken a 9-7 lead on Detroit. Game's now moving into the bottom of the 6th. Stewart pays a visit to Logan on the mound. Hoping to see more left-handed pitching this year. 290 against righties, 217 against lefties a year ago. 277 overall. And he's out on strikes. So Joyce strikes out as Logan stayed with the slider. We're through 5, 2-0 Rays.
Rays lead the Yankees 2-0. You can experience the excitement here at Tropicana Field with Rays season tickets and enjoy exclusive benefits, including the best seats, biggest savings, and postseason privileges. The variety of plans available and special payment options. You can be a part of the team today. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com.
Jeremy Hellickson through 5 innings has given up no runs on 2 hits, 2 walks in the mix, in the mid-60s in pitch count. The first pitch to Curtis Granderson is a strike. Jason Hamill has lost his no-hit bid. Two strikes the count. It's outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Orioles had a 3-0 lead going into the 8th inning, and the Twins not only have picked up a couple of hits but a run to make it 3-1. Low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Granderson. And a swing and a miss. Granderson is out on strikes. Strikeout number 3 for Hellickson.
Now working a pretty good sequence of pitches here, ending with the changeup. And you see Granderson over the top, way out in front. Saw a really good curveball earlier in this at bat. Jeremy Hellickson, quite the rhythm right now.
Robinson Cano stepping in. But a breaking ball around the plate apparently. 1 ball, no strikes. And this one lifted toward left center. Jennings is there. Desmond taking charge. 2 up, 2 down. And Alex Rodriguez approaches the batter's box. Rodriguez walked in the 4th inning. It's a fly ball to center. Jennings going to have to go back. He'll look up and it's going to be off the wall as he plays the carom. Rodriguez in at second with a double. Third hit allowed by Hellickson.
Coming with the changeup. Alex Rodriguez goes down and gets that, puts some good backspin on it. See the head down right on the baseball, the good high finish. And that ball just continued to carry. Desmond had to let it go and play the carom.
Here's Teixeira. Teixeira follows this one all the way in low. 1 ball, no strikes. Three hits allowed by Hellickson. They've all been doubles. Swisher in the 2nd. Teixeira in the 4th. Rodriguez in the 6th. And now a strike in to Teixeira. Cleveland batting in the bottom of the 8th, leading Toronto 4-3. Carlos Santana has hit 2 home runs for the Indians in that game. Two balls and a strike. 2-2. Hellickson thought he might have had his own there. And a slip of fastball over the edge, and the count goes to 3-2.
See how close it was. Right to the outside corner. Fox Tracks has it off. A couple inches.
So a full count. 2 outs. Rodriguez the runner. Teixeira the hitter. Molina's going to take a little trip to the hill. Hellickson says he's out there to listen. Rays got a run in the first. They got another run in the third. We're in the sixth. And the 3-2 to Mark Teixeira is outside, and on the pitch Rodriguez was moving with Longoria way off the bag, and so Rodriguez really sachets into third with a stolen base on the walk to Teixeira. First and third, 2 outs for Swisher. Takes third easily.
Yeah, uncontested. Jeremy Hellickson concentrating on making a pitch. Nobody home.
Pitch is grounded the other way. Foul ball. Strike one.
Another big at-bat here in a tight ball game. Swisher had an opportunity his last time up. He came up, runners on second and third and 1 out. Hellickson got him to pop up. Get him out here and get out of the inning.
And the pitch is a strike.
Boy, 2 quality fastballs. The fastball away that Swisher hits off the end of the bat foul. Then he follows that up by coming in, and you see Swisher's reaction. Watch this. He reacts like, ooh, that ball's in. Caught a lot of plate.
Two strikes. Here we go. A little close. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
0-2, you got a pitch to play with. That was the purpose of that pitch. Knock him off the plate a little bit. Maybe come back out with a changeup down and away. 3 straight fastballs. He's set up for it.
A swing and a miss. He threw him a fastball and got it by him. Nice job working over Swisher.
Well, and Swisher's a good fastball hitter. Jeremy Hellickson goes right after him with 4 straight. Great sequence.
Command and location did the job. Rays jumped out in front of the first, and Matt Joyce tripled home Evan Longoria. Gave the Rays a 1-0 lead. Carlos Pena working on another full count, hit one out, a fastball against Phil Hughes in the third. That made it 2-0. And Jeremy Hellickson on his birthday today, 25, has worked 6 shutout innings. And Ben Zobrist opens against Boone Logan. Zobrist 0 for 2 against Hughes. Batting right-handed here against the lefty. Down the left side, and that's foul, out of play. 1-1. It's Corey Wade down in the bullpen. Balls, 2 strikes. Sales down and in. Sliders, see a lot of those from the left-hander Logan. Got Matt Joyce using that pitch to strike him out, leaving 2 men on in the 5th. And Zobrist is called out on strikes. He thought he'd drawn the walk, ready to throw the bat away, and thought the pitch was down, and it's called out by Fletcher.
Well, I think that was a strike, but we have seen that pitch not go Jeremy Hellickson's way. The pitch down in the zone. This ball definitely was on the plate. Was it high enough? It's got it in there, but that has not been being called this afternoon.
Here's Stephen Vogt. Vogt 0 for 1. Fouls the first pitch away. Vogt took over in the DH role in the 4th when Luke Scott left with a tight left hamstring. High. Vogt looking for his first big league hit. Rays like his bat, and they really love to see him get more time behind the plate in the minor leagues and develop as a catcher. Out front right here. And it's 1-2.
Good breaking ball there by Boone Logan. Got that pitch down to the lefties. And he's a big guy out there too. He creates a good angle. A lot of deception with that pitch. Tight spin.
Fly ball lifted back into center. Granderson makes the catch. 2 away.
Well, fans, be sure to pick up your very own Fortune Favors the Ball t-shirt while supplies last. The proceeds benefiting the Moffitt Cancer Center, All Children's Hospital, and the Pediatric Cancer Foundation. It's available for a limited time only, so please visit raysbaseball.com/community for more information.
Jeff Kempinger will face the left-hander Logan. Count. Kempinger, throughout his career, has had a lot of success against left-handed pitching. And swings and hits a high fly ball to deep left. That ball is going to get out of here. Home run. Kempinger gets one out off the left-hander Logan. And the Rays make it 3-0. A 1-0 pitch and Kempinger unloads. Belting his first home run for the Rays.
Well, you said it, Dwayne. He handles lefties, and he got a ball here right out over the plate. And absolutely destroyed it.
So the Rays make it a 3-run ball game on the long one from Kempinger. Here's Molina. Fouling one back. That's a strike. The Rays hit their second home run of the day. On the count. Two-out home run by Kempinger. A ball and 2 strikes. Molina out on strikes for the 3rd time. Rays get a run on the home run by Kempinger. We've gone through 6, and the Rays now lead 3-0. Yankees inside Tropicana Field. And there's an Easter egg inside the Rays dugout, right next to the double bubble. Reed Brignac's in the game now for the Rays, defensively taking over at shortstop. Sean Rodriguez moves to play second base, replacing Keppinger.
Take that. Hit a home run, pulled out of the ball game.
As we go to the seventh, Raul Ibanez leads off. The pitch is a strike. Ibanez has grounded out and hit a fly ball to center. Lifts it into left. Joyce backs up. Makes the catch. One out here in the seventh inning, and we'll check in with Todd Counts.
You know, that's really unfair. That egg was the one I've been searching for all day long, and they have it in the Rays dugout. I'm not allowed in there during games, so I had no shot at it. But what you do have a shot at, if you're watching, is to vote in our text poll. Here's our question today. Who do you think is going to lead the Rays in wins this year? We have James Shields for TB1, Price for TB2. The guy you're looking at right now, Jeremy Hellickson, TB3, Matt Moore, TB4, Jeff Neiman, TB5. You can text your votes to 789-789. We will have the results for you in our post-game show. Standard message and data rates apply, guys.
All righty. Thank you very much. Brett Gardner, the left fielder here in the top of the seventh inning. Bats with the bases empty and one out. You know, the pitch count for Hellickson in the mid-80s right now. Strike. It's 1-1. One ball, two strikes. Sean Rodriguez. Low line drive. Sean reaching down. Two outs.
Here's the line drive that Sean Rodriguez is able to snag before it gets to the infield dirt. You know what was impressive about that pitch? Previous pitch was the cutter at 87 miles an hour. And what that pitch does, a lot of times you're using that to get outs with, but that actually set that fastball up, because now the cutter 87, the next pitch coming in 90, 91, 92. That ball jammed Gardner. Slow him down, speed him up, keeping hitters off balance, move the ball around. Hellickson has been fantastic today.
Eric Chavez pinch hitting for Chris Stewart. One ball, no strikes. Foul out of play. The Reds have beaten the Marlins 6-5. It's a final in Cincinnati. Fly ball, left left center. Joyce handles that. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees. 7th inning stretch time at the Trop. 3-0 Rays. Taking their 7th inning stretch. Jeremy Hellickson has 7 shutout innings in the books today of 3-hit baseball. His mates have scored him 3 runs. The Rays have hit 2 home runs, one by Pena, one by Keppinger, and Matt Joyce tripled home a run back in the first. Russell Martin will take over behind the plate. Stewart lifted for the pinch hitter. Martin is the catcher, and Corey Wade takes over on the mound. New battery for the Yankees.
Season numbers from 2011. You wonder that last inning too. Joe Girardi had Corey Wade up early, yet elected to allow Boone Logan to pitch to Jeff Keppinger. And Wayne, you hit it like you had seen that before. Handles lefties. It's not a good matchup for Logan, and Keppinger made him pay.
You know, it was an interesting situation because Wade was ready in the bullpen then.
He had been down there warming up, waiting the call, and you're assuming he was waiting for Keppinger because of that matchup.
Yep.
But Girardi elected to stick with Logan, and it cost him another run.
Sean Rodriguez, who's now playing second base, will lead off the home half of the 7th. Jennings and Pena to follow against Wade. That's a strike. Wade pitched an inning and 2/3 in last night's game. He had 3 strikeouts in that outing. Wade Davis is in the Rays bullpen. A Tapper foul outside of third. 1-2. Cleveland beat Toronto 4-3, so the Blue Jays lose for the first time. They did put up a battle. I think they loaded the bases in the 9th inning in Cleveland. Jays are 2-1. The Indians now 1-2. Count square to Sean Rodriguez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sean lifts a popper down the right field line into foul territory. Teixeira makes a nice play on that ball as he approached the plate area in the bullpen.
Yeah, that's not an easy angle for a first baseman. You got to deal with the roof, the odd angle over the shoulder, and the potential for traffic. Nice play.
The Orioles beat the Twins. That's a 3-1 final. Jason Hamill got a no-hitter for 7 innings and settles for a win. It's 3-1 final. The Orioles now 3-0. One strike to count to Desmond Jennings. Out of play. Jennings is out on strikes, missing a breaking ball.
Yeah, took a little something off that breaking ball. Good sharp late break here by Wade. That thing just disappeared.
Well, there's Carlos Pena. Carlos with a homer and a double. 2 of 3. Strike. Fastball out again today on a 3-2 pitch. Came off Phil Hughes in the 3rd inning. Curveball. Mets have beaten the Braves 7-5. The Braves are now 0-3. Mets are 3-0. Pena tries to put down a bunt there with the shift. And a 2-strike count. So the bunt foul. And he's out on strikes. So it's a 1-2-3 7th inning. We're headed into the 8th. It's 3-0 Rays.
Well, here we are back at Tropicana Field, top of the 8th inning. The Rays lead the Yankees 3-0. Well, hey, fans, find your best connection to all your favorite Florida sports teams with the Fox Sports Florida Girls. Like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Join the conversation now with Annie Lee and Jordana. Fox Sports Florida Girls are waiting to hear from you.
You're looking at Jeremy Hellickson. 7 innings of work as he begins to go to work here in the 8th against the top of the batting order. Derek Jeter, Curtis Granderson, and Robinson Cano, the scheduled hitters for the New York Yankees. Jeter is grounded to second, line to right, and grounded to short. Pitch is foul back. 92 pitches through 7 innings for Hellickson, and now a pitch into the 8th.
Been very efficient with the pitch count. However, the strike and ball breakout is not as good as you would think compared to his line so far. He has moved the ball around and made pitches when he's needed to.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And a lot of his misses have been purpose misses where you're going for a shot, and if you miss it, well, it still served a purpose. Now it sets up the next pitch. A lot of weak swings.
Pitch a little off the plate. Jeter thought about it but held up. 2-1.
Not by much.
One hopper to short. Brignac up with it. His throw to first is on the button. One out in the 8th. Now Granderson, walk and 2 strikeouts on the day. Ground ball handled by Sean Rodriguez. 2 ground ball outs here in the 8th.
Well, get in on the action with exclusive on-field seating in the Papa John's bullpen box. Available dates are going fast, so act now to make your group reservation behind the Rays bullpen by calling 855-GROUP-TB, or you can go online at raysbaseball.com.
Robinson Cano in the batter's box for New York. And the first pitch is a fastball for a strike around the knees. Hellickson 2 outs into the 8th with 98 pitches. It's 1-1. Back foot. $100 pitches right now. Miss. 2-2.
It's in 2-1. Comes with the curveball. Well, boy, just an outstanding job of keeping these Yankees hitters off balance. Changing speeds, moving the ball around, in and out. Robinson Cano has seen it all today. Jeremy needs one more.
It's foul up the right side, down toward the bullpen. Count remains 2-2. Hellickson has shut out the Yankees 2 outs into the 8th. He had 1 shutout last year. It was a 4-hitter against the Baltimore Orioles in the middle of May. He won that game 3-0, and a complete game in September against Baltimore as well. And a little tap. He's got it. And a toss to first. So Cano is out of there. The Yankees are 3 up, 3 down in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the inning. The Rays 3, New York 0. A 3-0 lead after taking the first 2 games 7-6 and 8-6. Our Burger King in-game box. Carlos Pena, a couple of hits, including a solo home run. Evan Longoria with a double and a run scored. Matt Joyce tripled home the first run, and Jeff Keppinger hit a home run in the 6th inning. Longoria leads off the bottom of the 8th, and the pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. Cannot field it cleanly, diving to his left. The ball popped away from him, and that's a base hit for Longoria. So the Rays put Longoria aboard to open the home half of the 8th. And Joe Girardi's headed to the mound with Matt Joyce due up. He's had Rapata busy in the bullpen as Rodriguez scrambled after it. Could not make a play.
Now that ball was hit so hard, you see, right off the webbing end of the glove.
Yankees make a pitching change. Back in a moment.
Presented by authority of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Joe Girardi calls on the left-hander Clay Rapata with Matt Joyce about to step in here. Longoria is aboard at first. Matt with a triple and a walk and a strikeout for the day. And he shortens. The pitch is a strike.
Numbers from Clay Rapata last season. Very difficult on the left-handed hitter. 4 out of 58, held him to a 104 average last year. See Matt Joyce here trying to get a bunt down.
Longoria back in, falling back into the bag. Joyce puts down the bunt. Rodriguez will take it to first. Up to second base goes Longoria. So the sacrifice goes 5-3. Rodriguez to Teixeira.
Now coming up on the Rays Live postgame show presented by Checkers, you'll get pieces of Joe Madden's press conference. You get interviews from the clubhouse, and Todd and Orestes will break down the game.
Todd still after the elusive Easter egg. They're going to walk Ben Zobrist intentionally now. Stephen Vogt on deck. He entered back in the fourth in the place of Luke Scott. Now Elliott Johnson has emerged. So the intentional walk. First and second, one away. Elliott Johnson will hit for Vogt.
And that will bring Joe Girardi out.
Girardi checking with Andy Fletcher, making sure that Johnson was in the game, and so we'll have another pitching change. Presented by Burger King. Rays and the Yankees wrapping up this opening three-game series. Rays lead 3-0 with runners at first and second and one out in the eighth. And David Phelps, 25-year-old right-hander, will make his major league debut for New York here. He'll face Elliott Johnson. Phelps, between the Gulf Coast League and Scranton last year, was 7-7. Pitched at Notre Dame. He's out of the St. Louis area. Hazelwood, Missouri. And here's Elliott Johnson. Pitch is a strike, the curveball. Phelps started the spring number 79 in the New York Yankees camp and made the team and is now number 41. That's progress for a young pitcher. And he throws another strike to Johnson. Yankees have now employed 5 pitchers in this game. The starter, Phil Hughes, pitched 2 outs into the 5th. Logan, Wade, Rapata, and now Phelps. Rays trying to add to their 3-run lead. Scored 7 runs opening day to win 7-6. 8 runs last night, winning 8-6. Pitch taken inside. Fastball around 92.
Had Elliott completely fooled on that. Off speed, then a fastball away, then a borderline pitch, and try to come back in a little higher, and he probably gets the strikeout. You just got to try to battle right here. You're down 1-2. A pitcher you probably haven't seen before or not very much of. Put the ball in play.
And a swing and a miss. So Johnson strikes out.
Yeah, with 2 strikes right there, you'd like to see Elliott Johnson cut down on the swing a little bit, but watch this. That's a big swing in a 1-2 count.
Now Reed Brignac will be up for the first time. Larry Rothschild heads to the mound. The New York pitching coach.
Well, this MLB on Fox season, Fox Sports is proud to support Boys and Girls Clubs of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports.
So Rothschild has his save before Phelps pitches to Reed Brignac. Swung the bat better this spring. Entered the game defensively in the 7th inning. 1 ball, no strikes. To second. Backs up to make the play on the throw, and the Rays are out in the 8th. They leave 2 men aboard. We go to the 9th. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Hitting at Tropicana Field this afternoon. And Jeremy Hellickson on his birthday, his 25th birthday, has pitched himself a heck of a game, shutting out New York on 3 hits through 8 innings. He's made 103 pitches. 4 strikeouts for Hellickson. And it's been a great mixture again today with that fastball in the low 90s with a changeup and a cutter. He's retired the last 7 men to face him. He gave up a double to Swisher in the 2nd. Gave up a double to Teixeira in the 4th and a double to Rodriguez in the 6th. And here's Rodriguez again to open the 9th inning. Rodriguez, Teixeira, and Swisher do. And the pitch inside. So the 3 hits he has allowed today are to the 3 hitters due up in the 9th inning right now. Just in case, the Rays have Fernando Rodney up in the bullpen. There he is. One and one. The count to Alex Rodriguez. The shift is on for him. Sean Rodriguez on the shortstop side of second. 3 defenders on the left side. Pitch inside. We referenced the shutout he had against Baltimore last year, Hellickson. That came on the 13th of May, and he made 120 pitches in that game. And threw a 4-hitter. And he's down, falling behind 3-1. On that 3-1 changeup.
And pull the swing. Right here, get him out in front on that swing. That ball right there, catching a lot of plate, but down in the zone, the arm speed, the change of speed, fools Rodriguez.
Fly ball, right center field, and right there's Zobrist to make the catch. Cutting to his right and in. 1 away here in the 9th.
Now that's what you've seen all day long, are a lot of uncomfortable swings. That ball was lined out to right field, but after the 3-1 changeup, now 3-2, Alex Rodriguez has got to protect against every pitch. That ball got in on him enough. It becomes an out.
Now the shift overloads the right side with Teixeira in the batter's box. The ground ball foul moves Mick Kelleher out of the coaching box at first. Strike 1. John Rodriguez playing shallow right. Brignac first base side of second base. 1-1. Hellickson delivers, and a ground ball handled there by Brignac, and he's got that one. So out of the shift, Brignac, the shortstop, takes care of the ground ball. 2 up, 2 down in the 9th inning. And now all that separates Hellickson from the shutout is the designated hitter, Nick Swisher. Swisher doubled on a changeup in the 2nd. He popped to 3rd and struck out swinging in the 6th inning. Hellickson misses, down and in. Rays 1 out away from a sweep of this New York ball club. Hellickson an out away from a gem of a game. And there's a strike. Change up. Swisher out in front. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball that time, and that changeup on the prior pitch made that fastball at 90 seem a little harder.
And you remember the previous at bat when he struck him out swinging, it was 4 straight heaters. Thought he would go change up there. Now he's been doing it all day long. Back and forth.
1-2 the count. Here it is. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Rays winning the first 2 games. And out away from the sweep. Just a bit. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, this was close. Change up. Yeah, floats down there a little bit too low.
This will be the 118th pitch of the day for Hellickson. And he walks Swisher. He threw him a fastball away, and Swisher goes to first. Joe Madden comes out of the dugout, and that's going to be it for Hellickson. The 120 pitches he made against Baltimore when he shut him out last year is his career high, and he's at 118 right now. And he's going to get a great hand from this crowd of over 30,000. For the job he has turned in today on his 25th birthday. We'll be back with a new pitcher in a moment. Congratulatory handshake and hug from Joe Madden. 8 2/3. A great job as Hellickson turns 25. And he'll leave it in the hands of Fernando Rodney.
Fernando Rodney, the hard-throwing right-hander, put in charge of getting this final out. securing this ball game for the Rays. But what a job by Jeremy Hellickson.
Raul Ibanez, the hitter for New York. And the first pitch is ball one. And Swisher heads into second base on indifference. Well, Hellickson was making a bid for a shutout on his birthday. That hasn't happened since July of 1995 when Doug Drabek, pitching for the Astros, threw a three-hitter against the Los Angeles Dodgers. And Hellickson came within 1 out from throwing a shutout on his birthday today.
That's hard to watch. Hard to watch 8 2/3 of shutout baseball. I know he walked a guy, but to see him pulled out of that game, I know he's disappointed too.
That's a strike from Rodney. 1-1. Rodney came into the game last night and made one pitch to finally close it out in the ninth and pick up a save. He pitched 1 inning Friday. Here he is pitching in the third game of this series. And that's a strike.
Well, he just comes right at you. Love watching him throw. Not a lot of excess movement. A lot of power.
Ground ball knocked down by Rodney, and he'll flip it to first. The Rays have swept the New York Yankees. It's a 3-0 combination shutout by Hellickson and Rodney. Jeremy Hellickson on his 25th birthday pitches 8 2/3 shutout baseball. The Rays support him with 3 runs on 7 hits, and the Rays sweep New York to begin the 2012 season. The Rays finished the regular season last year by sweeping New York, and they opened the new season by sweeping the Yankees here at Tropicana Field. Their 3rd sweep all time against New York, and the Rays have now won 7 straight over New York, dating back into last year. Boy, what a job by Jeremy Hellickson. Just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time. Brought to you by Miller Lite, courtesy of this performance by the 25-year-old right-hander from Iowa. 118 pitches. Hellickson picks up a win in his first start of the year. Rodney picks up his 2nd save, and Todd Callis is with Jeremy Hellickson on the field.
Thanks, Dwayne. Happy birthday, buddy. Did you think about it being your birthday at all today?
Up until about 1:40, I did.
Starting at 1:40, you were locked in. You had a shutout against Baltimore. You had another complete game against them last year. But when you look at this lineup, was this as fine an outing as you've ever had?
Yeah, having Hosey back there helps a lot. Just going out there and attack the strike zone, and defense made a few huge plays for me there in the middle innings.
I think you said after the start against the Phillies in Clearwater that when you have those mound visits from Hosey, you do a lot of the listening. Was that the case today?
Yeah, that's how it's going to be the whole year, I think.
I think it was fitting. Nick Swisher, he got that first hit against you at the double, but he came up in big spots. 4th inning, 2nd and 3rd. 2-0 game at that situation. You're down in the count 3-1. How were you able to get him there to pop up?
He's a good hitter. Got to make a good pitch there, and that hitters count, and just got him to pop it up there.
Next time up, he comes up 1st and 2nd. Again, you're nursing a 2-0 lead there. You get ahead of the count 1-2. You kind of buzzed him in with a fastball on the ball. Did you think he was looking changeup because you got him swinging on a fastball there?
I didn't know. I thought I had him set up for a fastball away, and that's what I went with.
What did you think was really working today for you?
I had some good sink on my ball today. I think I got him throw more strikes, but I threw 3 strikes in the counts I needed to.
When you look at what happened this spring, a little bit of a struggle early, but you finished strong. Did you feel like those last 2 outings of the spring helped carry you over to what happened today?
Yeah, definitely. Those first ones were rough. I was working on some stuff and, found my groove those last few starts there and, felt good today.
You said you thought about it until about 1:40. Happy birthday. You can think about it all night long now. Thanks for joining us, Jeremy. Guys, Jeremy Hellickson, what an outing on his 25th birthday.
All right, Todd, thank you very much. As Jeremy Hellickson pitches a heck of a game here. The Rays in a combination shutout win today 3-0, complete the sweep over New York. Back after this.